Hello, and welcome to Hope News. If you were a punk in the 70s or 80s, you're more than likely to remember Eric's Club in Liverpool. This famous club has now reopened in its original location on Matthew Street, so we sent Bray down to take a look.
To evaluate Eric's place in the city's musical heritage, we came to the National Museum of Liverpool to speak with curator Paul Gallagher.
There's three periods in Liverpool's history that we think are really, really important. The first period where Liverpool was known as a place that produced music was the Merseybeat era, the 60s. Then Liverpool went very fallow. After all great periods, there's always a kind of, there's a vacuum after it. And during the mid-70s, something very special happened in Liverpool, not far from that Merseybeat scene at Cavan, and it was the place called Eric's. And we think of that as almost like the new Merseybeat, the second wave of Liverpool music. But this is a scene that produced people as varied as Frankie Goes to Hollywood, Echo and the Bunnymen, The Teardrop Explodes. Even bands like China Crisis and The Lars would feel some influence of what went on in Matthew Street in the late 70s.
There was places in London, like the Marquee and the 101 Club, but the only place in our area, here was Eric's, that put these bands on. I think the energy from where I was coming from, I mean, I was never an anarchist, but I just loved the energy. I'd pogo all night. We'd all try and bang our heads on the roof, jumping as high as we could, because it was just unbelievable.
Years ago, it was one of the best places around. We had great groups like the Stranglers, the Clash played there. But today, the groups that's playing on there today, unless they become like bigger names like that, I don't know.
Everybody only cares about the Cavan Club, so I think it's like really important as well. So I'm really glad it's open.
We went down to Eric's to find out from Ethan Allen, music director, the new vision for the club.
I mean, I was into the punk scene, and I was into bands that played here, and they also played, various places like CBGBs in New York. These Eric's and CBGBs are quite similar in a way. I think it's a great venue. I think sound-wise, it's got a great sound. It's got a great PA system from Adlib set up at the moment, and it's a great live sound. It's really comfortable.
Often we're too young to remember when it first opened, but we've heard all the great stories and everything. I think when it reopened, it was quite sort of iconic club opening back up again, and we just thought, let's capitalise on that, and let's see if we can sort of recreate the amount of people that came in here back in the day. And hopefully,
it's got a really nice feeling to it.
It has got a great feeling to it. So hopefully, when this place gets packed for our gig or any gig, the magic's going to come back, so it should be good.
There'd be no point just using the name if it was somewhere else, because it wouldn't be that venue. This is the same space that was open for the 4 years in the 70s. So on that stage, there's been the Ramones, the Sex Pistols, U2. Virtually everybody who came out in that era, Susie and the Banshees, Blondie, they all played here. So this room has heritage. You can't move that heritage to somewhere else and then call it Eric's. It wouldn't be the same thing. And I think it was very, very important because this was integral to the Liverpool music scene. And it's been shut down now for so long. It was just used as cellars and warehouse space. And I think that was a crying shame for that to happen. So it's taken a year, but we've got it here now and it's a great looking venue. The mission statement for the venue is just to give a platform for new music. I think it's very, very important that you have a place where new musicians can go and play and build an audience. So, we open an open door policy, and our most important thing is we don't believe in the pay to play. So we don't force bands to sell tickets in order for them to have a gig. We'll put a band on because we believe that they should have a chance of playing, and it's up to us to promote it.
The question remains, how successful will Eric's be? With the standard of acts being high and live music as popular as ever, only time will tell about whether Eric's will survive. Back to you in the studio.
Thanks, Jay. A fantastic piece of local history. Hopefully we'll be able to follow up on Eric's later in the year. Now, on to the weather.